Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how I created this wig. So I got this hair from IC Beauty Hair. Yeah, it came in like this pink bag. I got 3 bundles, I think a 20, 22, and 24. I'm not like 100% sure, but I'll have the specs down below. And I also got a closure. It also came with some care instructions and some lashes. The lashes were okay, I probably won't be using them, but yeah, the care instructions were nice. So this is the closure that I got in 16 inches. When I looked at it, like the plucking one, it already seemed like it was plucked a little bit. So I just kind of wet it a little bit and then just brushed those baby hairs back. And now I'm about to bleach the knots. And this was my first time ever bleaching knots, guys. Like, I was so terrified. But I think I did a pretty okay job. So I'm using a 40 volume developer and hair bleach. And I'm just mixing a little bit of each at a time. So you want this consistency to be thick toothpaste. So you want it to be thick and just do a little bit at a time. And honestly, forewarning, this is gonna smell so strong. Like, if you have windows in your room or bathroom, or I actually kind of recommend doing this in your kitchen and not in your bathroom, just so you can have like a little more breathability. I was doing this in my bathroom and it's attached to my bedroom, so there wasn't a ton of breathability in the situation. But you see how it's coming off thick like that? Like, that's how we want it to be, thick, just like toothpaste. So I left this part in real time so you guys can see exactly how I'm applying this and how long it took me to apply the, what is this, the bleach to my closure. And yeah, see, I'm just kind of like patting it down. Like, I'm not like, it's not like coloring here where you just kind of throw the color on there. I'm kind of like tapping it in there and maybe like sliding it a little bit, but for the most part, I'm just tapping it in because we don't want to bleach our hair. We just want to bleach the knots on the lace. So after that, I'm going to rinse the bleach off, and I'm letting the bleach just kind of fall off. I'm not like rubbing it into the hair or anything. So you see, I kind of just let the bleach all fall off, and then now I'm gonna wash it with the purple shimmering light shampoo. But y'all, look how bomb that looks. Okay, it looks really good. So I'm gonna wash it with the shimmering light shampoo and just kind of wash all that bleach out. And this is going to take away the brassiness from the bleach. And if you watched my previous video on my review on this hair, you'll know that I talked about like how I put the closure up to my hand. I thought, oh my god, this looks so good, it looks so bomb. And then you'll basically watch my review and you'll understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, and then I'm going to go ahead and wash it with regular Tresemme shampoo for curly hair. Even though it's for curly hair, this is a body wave type hair, so I'm still going to use that, and I use the matching conditioner as well. So here's a better shot of what the frontal like looks like after I bleached it, and it looked really good like up on my hand. So now I'm gonna apply the frontal to my wig cap. And when I say apply, I mean just kind of pin it down. I'm not sewing at this point yet. But the way I'm pinning it down, and I want you guys to see, I left a little bit of hair off of the line where the wig cap starts, if that makes sense. So I didn't line it up exactly to my wig cap. It's gonna be like a little bit above where the wig cap starts. So now I'm just going to wash those bundles, and I'm using the same shampoo and conditioner. It's the Tresemme one. If you don't know which one it is, I'll link it down below so you guys can see it. So now I'm going to get started where I want to start sewing, but because I believe that this wig foam wig cap is like a little foam wig cap, this foam wig stand head, whatever, is a little bit smaller than my natural head. I'm pinning back some of the loose wig cap so that it's taut to the head. And I'm only doing this during the part where I'm sewing down the closure because I don't want this wig cap to gather at any point as I'm sewing down the closure. So as I sew the closure down, I'm starting behind where the wig cap starts. So I'm not starting to sew right on the wig cap line. I'm starting behind it, and then I'm going to go forward and go back over that same stitch. So that way when I tie the knot, as you just saw, the knot isn't on the border of the wig cap, so it's not like sticking out or anything. Also, when you're sewing where this elastic band part is, you want to make sure you're sewing through the first layer of the wig cap. So at this point on the wig cap, there are 3 layers. There's the bottom layer, there's the elastic band, and there's the top layer. And you only want to sew through the top layer of the band. Once you get past that band, you can sew all the way through because it's only 1 layer. So to ensure that this closure is laid tight and down and it won't buckle up, I'm going to sew down one side, leave the back part open, and then sew down the next side. So the back of the closure is the last part that you'll sew down. And this makes sure that closure is super taut to this wig cap. Like it's not gonna buckle, it's not gonna move. So you wanna do one, so you can do your right side, then your left side, or your left side, then your right side. Just make sure that the back is last. So now you'll see that I'm sewing the back part of it last. And I'll just sew this part down, and then I'll take out my wig pins, or these are actually like stitching pins for sewing actual clothes, but whatever you use is fine. I just like these because they have little balls and I can see them clearly. Alright, so once we got that closure down, I'm going to go ahead and take out all those T-pins, those sewing pins, and then I'm also going to take down the pins from when we pulled the wig cap really tight and taut to the wig head, because now that the closure is down, this wig cap won't buckle at all from the closure being sewn down. So yay, we made it to finally sewing down our first track. Y'all, this took me so long to get this to this point. Like, I could not even believe I made it this far. So with sewing down the first track, you're not going to go all the way up on the sides, and you're also not going to go to the base of the wig cap. You want to sew your first track below, not below, above that elastic band line. So you're going to sew the first tracks, and I'm doubling my tracks at this point. You're going to sew the first track above the wig cap elastic band line. And what that does, that gives you some flexibility with putting on the wig cap on and off. So right here is a much better look at when I say sew above that elastic band. So after that, I'm going to start sewing where I would believe the ear to be. And again, I'm only going to sew through that top layer of where the wig cap is. So as you can see, like I'm only pulling on the top layer and I'm not going through the elastic part. And so from here on out, I'm going to just sew my wig all the way until I get to like not the crown of my head, but I guess the top of my head, but behind the closure. And guys, I use these pins a lot. Like when you're making a wig, these pins will be your best friend. I use them a lot just to make sure I'm keeping my tracks straight and making sure they're even and in line together. So at this point, you'll see that I got to that top part, and this is where you'll see like I'm also using my pins to keep my weave straight. And I'm gonna start also after this point sewing my tracks straight across. So this is where you'll see me start sewing the tracks straight across. And also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up the weave with pins. So you'll see me keep seeing how many tracks I have to sew left, and I'll leave these pins in, and I'll just kind of flip the hair over and start sewing the hair down track by track. So I'll push the pin down here out the way, if that makes sense, and I'll start sewing the first track. So you'll see like I'm going to start sewing that track, but this just keeps me in line so I know exactly where each track is going, and the hair is pushed out the way so it doesn't get in the way of you actually sewing. So now I'm on my last track. Thank you, Jesus. So we are gonna sew this track taut to the closure, but not in line with the closure, if that makes sense. So you're not gonna sew onto your closure, you're still sewing onto your wig cap, but you wanna make sure that it's very taut and very tight to the same line that your closure is on. So you just wanna make sure they line right up together. So here you can see what I'm talking about. My closure and my track are not sewn together, but they're sewn right underneath each other. And now I'm just gonna cut out that excess wig cap. Make sure you don't cut your closure because all your hard work would have gone to waste. So now I'm just taking my spray bottle to wet my closure down until I can part it how I want it. And then you're basically all done. So now that I got my closure pretty much how I want it, you're all done. I really hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know what else you guys want to see from me, and I can't wait to see you guys on my next video. Love you guys. Bye.